Hi, welcome back for our second episode of the Friends of Here series. And this time I have a gorgeous conversation with my friend Nithya Naganathan. Now, Nithya is a scholar specializing in environmental and social injustice. And her role there really aligns with this conversation, the way that she befriends her fear while engaging in a life purpose of uncovering her own truths and other hidden truths that are often not included in our world narratives. And I find that you can't help having your heart touched listening to how Nithya engages with the world. It's all in the ways that she has learned to really embrace her fear as she's experienced grief and various injustice. I won't spoil this for you, so I'll hand this over now, straight to the conversation. So get yourself comfy and open your heart up to this journey of curious exploration of human feeling and truths.
Chin chin.
Cheers. So, Nithya,
Coming.
I'd like to start off by asking, so when I say like befriending your fear, what does that mean for you?
Well, I'd say. Finding... I don't think it's about elimination of fear so much, rather the embracing of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Much like actually just making friends, I guess. This has got nothing to do with kind of, pushing it away, but rather becoming more open and honest and vulnerable and accepting. I think that's befriending fear to me is not experiencing fearlessness out of not experiencing fear, but rather doing things anyway. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I like that. It's not like pretending it's not there, but just choosing to do something.
Exactly. Feeling fear, but choosing to function beyond the scope of fear is making friends with it, in my...
Nice. Yeah. I like that. And can you tell me, how have you navigated fear in that way so far?
Well, in every different kind of way, to be honest. I've spent a lot of time running away from it. I've spent a lot of time kind of like hitting my head, locking horns with it. But I think it's only in the recent, past couple of years that I've actually learned how to embrace it, accept it, and acknowledge that it exists. Because you can't really do anything about it if you don't see it as fear to begin with. I often never really understood something as fear because it manifests in so many strange ways, whether it's procrastination or avoidance or anxiety.
Yeah,
in so many ways it rears its head in different situations in different ways, but it's hard to kind of pinpoint, be like, oh, that's just fear. But that bodily experience of it is always the same, even though in your head the thought process is completely different in response to different situations. So I mean, as a child, obviously I didn't know how to cope with these things. You're often told by people who are older than you are to, just, oh, don't be afraid. That doesn't help anyone. It didn't help me, at least.
It's like a message that you wouldn't necessarily have given yourself.
Exactly.
As a child.
Yeah. Because how do you not be afraid? It's the most natural thing as a human being, right? I did a lot of stupid things in response to fear growing up as a young teenager and well into my teens and early 20s. Numbing myself was definitely a very negative response I had to it, for sure, whether it's through alcohol, drugs, whatever you call it. But I think the most effective way of navigating it for me as I've gotten into my late 20s now has been to just sit with it and be present, because for me, the biggest response throughout my life has been dissociating from the fear, which is a very disembodying experience. You're just completely in your head.
Yeah.
So the antidote to that has always been to kind of bring myself back, to become more embodied, to be more present.
And when you're saying that, like, it's hard sometimes to actually clock that what you're feeling is fear.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're not sitting with it, you could just forever be like spiraling.
Exactly. Yeah. It goes on and on. It's hard to kind of just sit down and be like, okay, this is what is happening. This is what I'm feeling. This is what is happening around me. I think especially in the way our world is designed, it's hard to kind of just, remove yourself from a situation or any kind of external environment and be like, okay, you know what, I need to kind of feel everything in my mind and my body. There's often not enough space to do that in how we're expected to engage with the world.
What do you mean by that?
Mostly in terms of like how digital our lives are becoming. I do find that, like, whether it's in work or at uni, or how we deal with our relationships, I do find that more and more we're going towards, as part of like a societal design, we're going towards a kind of disembodied experience of it. So I find that, I don't know, by design, you just end up being in your head more and more. Yeah.
It's almost like you get more and more isolated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's no way to kind of, it's like a repetitive cycle that's hard to get out of. You can't do without finding that community, I guess, which is, again, becomes harder because of a lot of systemic designs and stuff.
So you kind of like consciously getting offline.
And even when you do like this active choice of becoming more analog, I'm not saying it's pointless, but at the same time, it's like there are certain things you just can't get away from, like having a smartphone to be linked to your bank accounts, things like that, right?
It's just an assumption now that you have that tool.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a basic necessity. So it's like, how do you work off of that?
It's like water, shelter, smartphone.
Exactly. But in terms of like the individual context and how that affects dealing with your emotions, I have found that, well, like we were just talking about earlier, like leaving your phone somewhere and walking away to like not being so obsessed with it and hanging on.
It has to be on your pocket.
Exactly. Stuff like just playing music and like spending time in the shower without your phone, or not taking a dump with your phone, things like that. Just like
that emotional dependence.
And beyond that, I have like, well, Muay Thai has been a huge help. Just doing things that have to do with your body and feeling all the things in your body.
Coming back to yourself.
Being around people. Reconnecting, not just with your body, with people around you. Like that puts you back in, right?
100%.
Being present. I've been able to kind of get a better grip of things in life. And actually make friends with my fear. I love that. While also making friends.
And can you tell me the first time you're sort of aware of like noticing that feeling of fear and choosing to do something?
No, boy. That's a tough one, because like I said, it's hard to kind of recognize in that moment that it is fear. But when I look back at so many moments in life, I'm like, holy shit, I was just scared shitless. Probably in uni, when I was doing my undergrad, because I'd have a lot of panic attacks and I'd have a lot of kind of stage fright almost. I used to feel like I was stupid for having questions about certain things and not asking professors during lectures and stuff. I was like, oh, this is probably a stupid question. It's like, it kind of manifested as like negative self-talk, but really I think I was afraid of expressing my curiosity and like accepting what I didn't know. But there was this one professor I had who is like my OG like teacher till date.
True
you know?
sensei.
Yeah. Like, he even gave my reference for my PhD now.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
There was an 8:30 lecture, and we were all just sat there in this huge classroom, like a 200-seater or whatever. And he was asking some question, which I can't recall right now. But someone was just faffing about giving some random answer. And he's like, it's okay. If you don't know, just say you don't know. There's no harm in that. That's the only way in which you will learn.
Yeah.
And that kind of changed everything for me. And slowly I started incorporating that into how I viewed life and uncertainty and the fear that's attached to uncertainty. I think that might be like the first instance I like cognitively kind of recognized fear as it was, irrespective of having experienced that countless times growing up.
Like you could finally give like a name to the sensation.
Exactly.
That's so helpful.
Yeah. I think that's probably like the first time I was like, okay, this is what it is, and there's nothing to be ashamed of in experiencing that or expressing that.
As you say, it's like such a natural feeling. Like, why should we like pretend it's not there?
Yeah. It's just human, isn't it? Like, we're wired to do that.
That's a really nice story.
Yeah.
Was it like hearing him say that was almost like that gave you, in a way, like permission to feel the fear and just be like, this is okay?
Yeah, and this is coming from like, this guy's a big wig, all right? He's a Rhodes Scholar. He's done like, he's at the top of his field. Like, exactly. He's like big name. So it was, I think, really kind of cathartic to hear from someone as well read and so prominent as himself to be like, it's okay, there are things even I don't know, like it's, you don't have to know everything, not just in this class, but it obviously extended to my understanding of life.
Yeah,
and it was helpful to kind of recognize that figuring out what I didn't know is a scary process. And obviously there's a lot of fear attached to that. But at the same time, it's perhaps the potential loneliness of that process of engaging with it that is actually the most scary.
Yeah. Because we're never born with all the knowledge ever. Like we all have to figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like full dad vibes in some sense. Like
that's nice.
He's a very like paternal character.
I love people with that energy.
Yeah.
I have two friends who are like super maternal. It's like you go around like sleeping over there. It's like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, it's good to feel like cared for,
taken care of. Yeah, everyone needs it. Yeah. And what has been the most important experience for you in feeling the fear and choosing to keep going?
That would definitely be my father passing away. It was definitely a kind of earth-shattering, life-changing moment. Compared to that, everything seemed like quite negligible in that sense. At the end of the day, he was security embodied. I think that was like the biggest kind of revelation in my life, that no matter what you think, feel, believe in, there's just like one constant. And it's inevitable that everyone dies, regardless of how it happens. I kind of opened my eyes to realizing that it doesn't bode well to just sit with your fear and not even do anything about it, because time is limited.
Life is precious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he was both my like greatest critic and my greatest champion, which was very complicated to engage with. So it brought up a lot of kind of weird, strange feelings to engage with, which were overall kind of enveloped with this sense of lack of security and certainty in life, which obviously is, I think like 21 or something. It was very kind of like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I'm shitting my pants. Just entirely terrified. It took a while to process all the things that he had been telling me all my life, which was to, at the very least, just trust myself and believe that I had the capacity to do things. And I decided, like, if not for myself, then at least for him, I had to honor that. So yeah, I kind of worked hard on getting really emotional. Worked hard on like finding that, actually having the motivation to be like, you know what, this life is worth living, and moving past of uncertainty and things like that. I mean, because it's always going to exist. It doesn't matter. It's only about how we engage with it, right?
Yeah. So there you had to really face that, like, life is precious, and the source of like security is gone. So you're left to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Not to say that, like, I still have support and I still have people who care for me. And I've also developed a support network over many years now. And being here and knowing you and all our friends. But yeah, like, I think, that was the most difficult thing I'd ever had to engage with in life.
I can see it still, like, it's such a big feeling. Like, you're still going to be upset now.
It's been like 5 years now almost. Be 5 years now. It's still, No, well, that's grief, isn't it?
That is grief. I've found, like, when I've lost people, this, like, metaphor of, like, grief is like a golf ball, and it's like, it starts off being a golf ball in a shot glass, so it just feels like everything is knocking the sides, and then it becomes like a pint glass, so it's like, it's only every now and then it still feels the same, but it's just like more of life, like, around it. It
doesn't get smaller, but you just grow around it, right?
Exactly. And I love that message of, like, trust yourself that your dad gave. Because that really goes hand in hand with fear of just being like, okay, this is the fear I'm feeling, I'm going to trust myself.
Precisely.
That's beautiful.
And that's just constantly reinforced in martial arts as well. That's just bloody brilliant, man.
Do you need to take a minute or anything, or are you okay?
I'm okay.
You're okay.
I am. It's just free rolling.
No, I get it.
Residue. Just keep going.
I start talking about my family, I'm like,
As long as my mascara is not running everywhere.
No, you're still beautiful.
We have no control over so many things, right? But as long as I'm actively able to kind of engage with that or approach life with love, I find that everything becomes, the greatest burden becomes lighter to carry.
I really love that. It's like what you're saying about acceptance. It's like the approaching it with love, it's just like you're seeing it and being like, okay, I can pour love on this. This is fine.
And quitting nicotine. That's been game changing, because everything just became so raw after that. It's been 1 year now. Exactly. Yesterday was my 1 year anniversary of quitting nicotine, and oh my God, I
feel so much better.
Like, life is completely different from where I was at that time. It feels like I had to relearn how to be alive all over again, and how to kind of engage with my emotions and my thoughts. Completely fresh.
Addictions.
It is like a big kind of rewiring, isn't it? So changing that has been incredible. Also, lung capacity, better stamina, just healthier. All around.
This is why you're kicking my ass all the time, I might say.
Hey,
you can breathe now.
It's pretty important, I had to give it back at some point.
Yes, that's true. And how have you managed that then? Like, choosing to, like, approach things with love. Like, how do you go about doing that?
Good question. Like in practice, I suppose it is a lot of unlearning of negative emotional associations and behaviors. Becoming more embodied means you have to work on being more still and present. So a lot of meditation, a lot of yoga, Muay Thai helps. Getting rid of negative energy overall and finding my own rituals and practices that center me and allow me to connect with my energy inside and the energy out in the world. Just becoming more in tune with just being more connected with my environment helped me to see things as they are and not get offended by things so easily. And even if I am feeling very negative about something, I've made it a practice to kind of just remove myself from a situation and process what I'm feeling instead of just reacting to something. I mean, it's really still, it's quite difficult to do it in some situations. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a perfect thing. I mean, you're still gonna experience something that you have just like a trigger response to.
Yeah, you're a full feeling human.
Exactly. But recognizing that and seeing how like past trauma or like how you've learned to respond to something affects how you still respond to something is quite crucial, I think. And kind of leaving that part of me, kind of like trying to remove the self and just, I mean, I feel like that's true presence, you know? Though it's bloody difficult and takes a long time to kind of even sit still for 2 minutes. I've only now reached 10 minutes of meditation without my mind going crazy.
It's interesting because all the things you said, like, although it's about like getting still, it's all very active, all very physical. Like to be like meditating and focusing is like, it's not like you're just passively sat there.
No, you're feeling everything, you're thinking everything. You're just letting it flow, right? And I think letting things be is how you can find love.
Not trying to control it.
Exactly. Just like going along with the flow of life. And yeah, I do think that love is like quite important to being that kind of antidote to fear as well.
What does love feel like for you?
It's just this like mushy, overwhelming feeling of like, that's the thing about like translating feelings to thoughts though. Like I don't know what the right words are to, it's like, it's just a feeling of elation. But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a hyper energetic feeling, but just the sense of like calm and complete comfort and feeling seen and heard and being able to express however and be vulnerable with someone. I find that like those kind of encompass the, it feels safe.
And that's such like everything you've been saying is like, it's almost like the other side of fear is that safety, that security. So actually you're there being like, well, all of this is like scary as fuck, but like I have love, so I'm going to pour love on all this. So you're almost creating your own safety. That's really cool.
And doing all of that requires all of this like seemingly massive effort. But I think like small action, like little by little, like it adds up.
Right? As you say, that 2-minute meditation has become a 10-minute meditation.
Exactly. Like even like little things like making sure that when I get up, I have time to myself to make a cup of chai and make sure I add a little bit of extra love with that ginger and have that time to myself to just be present and smell the spices I'm crushing or the ginger I'm crushing, like all these kind of like sensory feelings that I'm allowing myself to experience and enjoy even.
Yeah.
Just little things. It doesn't have to be something grand.
It's just these simple moments. Yeah.
That you're just connecting to different parts of your own life that already exist. And I think like that's where you find love and appreciation. And that slowly kind of ebbs away at that fear and all senses of lack of security, because in that moment you know exactly where you are, what you feel, what you're doing. You know what, this is right, I'm here, and that's enough.
It's almost like by like first consciously doing like I'm gonna do these rituals, I'm gonna do all these patterns, it then becomes you're almost so busy enjoying all of this that you don't have time for the fear to be like taken over. That's cool. So I'd love to know, in this journey of like finding all these things that work for you and like embracing your fear, what has been an energy source for you?
Lots and lots of rage, for sure. Well, certainly for injustice I experience around the world and such, both in my own life and what I see in other people's lives, things like that. But I think my inclination to even unpack those things came from this, I don't know, perhaps kind of cultural conditioning, perhaps at home. I'm not sure. Life has been tumultuous in that sense growing up. I did experience violence growing up. But apart from that, like, and while that gets seated in your body, even though we might not recognize it at the time, and it's just kind of lingering there, waiting for some kind of release, whether it's fear or just absolute agony that's waiting to be unleashed. I find that it has been like letting go has been a powerful source of kind of motivation to do things. But at the same time, there's some forms of rage that I just don't want to let go of. I think finding my truth and different forms of truth in different stories and narratives is something that drives me, and I find is a purpose in my life. And that's why I want to get into research. Like I'm always in pursuit of learning about different sides to a story. Let's face it, nobody's perfect, whether it's at an individual level or if we're looking at things at a societal level or systemic issues. Uncovering things that people often gloss over, whether it's in their own lives or elsewhere, is, I think, I find is something that pushes me to do more. Finding things that are often overlooked. So that inevitably produces a lot of rage in me. It's not just kind of like a fiery anger, but it's calm and quiet. So I find it motivating to just get up and be like, okay, well, this is what we're doing. There is a reason why I've been put on this earth, and I'm here in this exact moment at this exact time. It just has to be done and talked about. And
because it sounds like it's not anger, and like traditionally we see it as almost like this explosive, like violent force. It's more just like almost like that simmering, like energizing, like there's something to be done here.
Exactly.
And that's really interesting about the multiple truths and like trying to hunt them out.
I think that's definitely like been the case in my own life, because like whatever issues that I have had to be dealt with in the past, it wasn't just about what I was experiencing. It was always in conflict with someone else's experience of things as well. So to kind of negotiate that, there had to be a basic understanding that everybody had their own truth. And whether or not they're compatible with one another is a whole other thing. But at the same time, we need to kind of learn to accept our own and let go of, like, be comfortable with disagreement and dissensus. I think that's kind of at the core of, well, life in general, isn't it?
Yeah. You can disagree without it like meaning anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like having any emotional attachment to a specific, yeah. And pursuit of knowledge, I suppose. Yeah. Just curiosity about the world around me. Yeah.
Like, so when we started talking, you were like, it came back to like, oh, you were clocking that you were feeling different things. And it's almost like finding like, well, what is the real feeling here? So it's like, even from like your childhood, it sounds like you've been like sleuthing to like know what is going on.
It's always been curiosity. Which I think often gets stamped out, you know, in so many different contexts.
Not very conforming.
No, exactly. Like, nobody wants anyone to dig around stuff, I guess, sometimes. But what I was able to do externally about the world, I had to learn the hard way to do it internally, which doesn't always come naturally, I suppose. Or you're rather encouraged to not do that sometimes. Or to do that in ways that aren't specifically useful, perhaps. Or just superficially, just like put a band-aid on a stab wound type of situation. You know?
It's like it's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
As you say, it's like brewing. And it's just waiting until you're able to deal with it. And release that agony. That's really interesting because like the training that you do to become a counselor and a coach is you basically have to do everything to yourself first so that you are able to help others. Because like if you're still like harboring all this like unprocessed stuff, and it's like you can't help someone else.
Usually I end up projecting everything on them.
Unconsciously.
So curiosity and rage. I'll stick with that.
Nice. I like that. So how do you imagine the next phase of your life?
I see a lot of activity. You know? Both in line with like the fire horse and everything that's coming up.
Shedding the snake.
Because it's been an intense year of kind of figuring things out for the people you love. If you actually want to make that, build that.
100%.
So I've been doing a lot of fiction reading. I'm getting back into that and enjoying that a lot.
Love that. It's the same way as like sitting, like letting other input come into your brain just helps it all to sort of marinate.
Exactly. Because the academic stuff will come by on its own, you know, you can't help but engage with, especially if you're doing that kind of research. It'll happen. That, what else? I'm gonna be doing a lot of fun traveling, solo trips perhaps. Oh, keep slapping that thing again.
So excited. Nice.
Just actively connecting and reconnecting with myself and the world. The people in it.
It sounds like you built this really like strong foundation of you. So you're like ready to like get more involved in everything else.
Exactly. Nice. Experience more and learn more. You know? And kind of just establish myself as a functional human being.
Damn.
Because like the whole like visa process has been quite crazy because there is always this impending like, oh, if I don't sort everything out by this time, you're gonna get kicked out of the country, this and that. But I'm just like, okay, worst case scenario, that happens. So might as well enjoy my time here while I'm still at it and trying to sort my life out. I'm just enjoying my time with the people I love and, you know, everything that life has to offer meanwhile. while still actively establishing my roots and letting it grow deeper, which I think I have been for the past 2 years almost. But I feel like now it's like a point of like fruition almost.
Nice.
Like things are like
it's all been very intentional, and now you can like let the momentum almost go.
Exactly. Like,
nice.
I think it's something you told me. It's like, oh, like watering your garden, and then the fruits will bear themselves when the time is right. So I'm just letting that happen now and keeping on like working towards things I need to do.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Fruit.
And our final question is, what piece of advice have you picked up of your life that you would love people to know?
That's
tough one.
Yeah. Just one? I have to pick one?
Just one.
Well, I'll go with one that my father told me. He told me in Tamil. பொறப்பும் இறப்பும் நம்ம கையில இல்ல, மற்றதெல்லாம் நம்ம பார்த்துக்கணும். Which is basically like your birth and your death are not in your hands, are out of your control. Everything else is fair game.
That's really empowering.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that's kind of been like at the core of my approach to existence in general. I think that's important to recognize and to actually engage with death as you would with life. We don't need to shy away from discussing that. I think it's at the very core of being able to live well. So talk about death, guys. It's cool.
But even like a science level, it's like our cells are constantly dying. So it's like we're always kind of in a way dying and we're living. It's just,
I came across this post on Instagram today that was talking about how food is crucial, is better than crystals and things like that in spirituality, because it very intrinsically teaches you about your relationship with time and with life and death. Because if you let food stay for too long, it'll rot. And if you don't wait long enough, it'll be too raw for you to eat.
Make you ill.
Exactly. And it dies, it changes, it transmutes, it transforms, it loses one form of itself to become something else and yet still nourishes.
So it never really stops.
Exactly.
No starts.
So yes, I think it's very important to talk about how we are one food and we are stars and all that good stuff. Space dust.
That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing.
Happy to.
Is
that all of it?
That's it.
Sweet. Oh, that was nice. You have such a beautiful brain. You're a beautiful soul.
So there we have it. I feel really moved by the way that Nithya uses an approach of love as a way of being that's really fueled by rage and curiosity to be an antidote to fear. That's such a beautiful way of going through life. And I like how finding rituals that help you to enjoy life is such an accessible tool. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you've been moved to start doing as a result of this, or if there's anything you do already that really works for you. And it was also incredibly healing to hear about this common experience of loneliness that can go with like facing the unknown and all the fear that can go with that. I hope this in turn gives you that sense of permission and empowerment to release those feelings of shame that can hang around that experience, and find your own version of how she used curiosity to really find enjoyment in those rituals and that experience of discovery. Well, looking forward to hearing what you thought of this conversation, and I'll see you next time.